We got to go right here, right?
I'm not hearing. Oh, here we go. Yeah, now we're up.
Test.
And good Friday evening, everybody, as the Menard Eagles are coming onto the field as we are getting the 2022 season underway. I'm Tom Boucher alongside David Perkins, and that's Doug Gann there. He's the head of our 446 Sports, and we are we are trying something new here, David, and we're hoping it works. And so far, it took us a little while to get on the air. We were supposed to come on the air at 6:45, and I know you're not really supposed to talk about things when they go wrong, but this is all practice for us, just like the team is getting ready to practice as well in terms of this football game and the scrimmage. But I'm Tom Boucher. David Perkins is going to be with me all year. You filled in for Lewis last year. Lewis retired from this, and David is the athletic director, a longtime head coach, a quarterback here at Menard, and a graduate. Welcome to the full-time broadcast, David.
I appreciate that, Tom. You know, a long time ago graduate, just say that. But like you said, we got the scrimmage tonight, so it's a practice session for these boys. And, boy, I'm telling you and Mr. Doug Gann have been practicing getting all this gear and these wires and these boards put together. And, just in time for our broadcast. It's a Friday night. And we're doing our prayer right now, but it's a Friday night here at the Eagle Nest, and we are excited.
Yep, and we're going to listen to the prayer here for a minute, and then the national anthem, and we'll be right back. All right, the national anthem, nicely done and played. Let's get the camera work. You're going to see my armpit every once in a while, so I can get the camera set as we practice. We are actually shooting our own video here tonight in the game, and as we said, it used to be the radio, but as everybody knows who's tuning in and watching us tonight, we are live streaming for the first time, and you talked about it, the camera setup and everything that we have. It's just been a lot of work, for all of us trying to get things going here for this scrimmage and to get ready for the year. And we're just really excited about this opportunity to be able to watch this scrimmage. The Menard Eagles, as you can see, are in the green jerseys and the white pants and the white helmets. And they're playing the Jena Giants. Jena is about 45 minutes to the northwest, central west of here. It's a great little town. Spent many years, 27 years in the pharmaceutical industry as Jena in my territory for much of it. David, tell us a little bit about the scrimmage tonight as the quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well, Jena, they've got great tradition in football. They're going to try to run it. They're going to use their fullback a lot, which you just saw that little dive right up the middle. The Eagles there to stop it for maybe a little loss, maybe. Okay, they're going to give them no gain on that play. But they're going to try to run the ball. They're, a team that has great tradition in football. The Eagles have played them several times here in the past. So should be a good little physical football game out of the Jena Giants.
So what we're seeing right now is the first team is coming out, and they're going to run several plays, David, right?
That's correct. The format's going to be they're going to run, I think, between 8 or 10 plays, and then the Eagles will run their 8 or 10, and they'll take a little bit of a break. See them for about 5 right there. They'll take a little bit of a break, and they'll come back and do the same thing again. And then at the end of all the play running, which is just kind of a glorified little practice right here. But at the end of all that, then we'll play a couple of 12-minute quarters.
So as you can see with the camera work, David, I'm going in, showing how with these 8 plays or so, 6 to 8 plays, they're standing. The coaches are standing behind. They're actually going in and calling the play so they can get up to the line of scrimmage just to make sure that they're kind of they're going through all the motions correctly, and then they can have a visit with them right there on the spot. So they did pick up the first down. There will be some stats, but for us, it's just a matter of watching them get the defense down and some offensive plays before they get into the 2 quarters, and for us to get used to what we're doing here in terms of, especially if we're going to have to be a photographer and do everything, the whole game.
Exactly right. And what you're going to see right here is just, the 2 teams have been practicing for a few weeks, in August. Everybody practices during the summer, but that's mostly conditioning and things like that. But whenever you get into August, he's going to break it right here. He may be gone, Tom.
And he's going in for the touchdown. That was a nice pass play from the 40-yard line of the Giants. That's about a 60-yard touchdown play for Jena.
Now, not to make any excuses, though, or anything, but the Eagles have several key players that will not be participating tonight. We got a little injury, so they don't want to aggravate those injuries during the scrimmage. But, so, you got some young guys playing out there. They're going to get some playing time tonight, so they'll grow up a little bit, so that's always good. There'll be no extra points right here. So Jena will just flip the field, and they'll continue running their plays till they get to whatever the maximum amount is. I think it's going to be 8. There, Tom. So, but anyway, on that play right there, it was just a little 5-yard out. Our corner missed the tackle, and the safety missed the tackle, and he's just up the sideline for a touchdown. So, nice little play for the Jena Giants.
Yeah, the Eagles kind of getting lost in coverage, and then needed to make the tackle. You can see Coach Charles out there kind of talking to the defense. Some defensive our coaching changes this year, David. Tell us a little bit about that for the Eagles.
Yes, we've got Coach Teague, who coached at Bolton for the last 5 or 6 years. He has joined the staff, and him and Coach Charles will work well together.
There's a handoff that went off the right tackle, and it broke it out to the outside. That picked up about 14 yards on that play and picked up the first down. So the run plays and the passing plays working for Jena. Do have to mention, though, that Jena's a class up if they stayed the same. We had some changes in all of the districts and based on the reassessment that was done last year. And the Eagles are currently they're in a district 2A, but district or
we're in Class 2.
Class 2.
Class 2A.
But they went. They actually changed the district, and we've got some new teams this year.
They got
Here's the handoff.
Got set up on a speed sweep right here.
Coming down to the edge, slipping. We had some rain earlier. As I'll show you a little bit on the track right there. Standing water on the track. It was a pretty good downpour that occurred here a couple hours ago, and you can see them kind of scuffing up the field a little bit.
But that's correct. We are changing districts. We're not changing classifications, but we are changing districts. What you said about Jena, they are a class up. They are Class 3A.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be in a different district, and still be in Division 3. But this year, some things have changed as far as the divisions have gone between select and non-select. And so the numbers in select have actually surpassed the non-select now because of some things they did over the summer. So Division III will be a lot bigger.
Yeah, it was, kind of incredible, the rule change for the LHSAA in terms of the select. They separate the private schools from the public schools, and that's been going on for quite some time. But this year they took anybody that is a magnet program. They now move them into the select program, and of course every high school in Rapides Parish has a magnet program.
Well, every school that has open enrollment.
Oh, okay.
So there's several parishes across the state have open enrollment, including Rapides Parish. So all of the Rapides Parish schools will have to be in the select group, and they're not happy about it. Some of them aren't.
Yeah, some of the talent in that select group is awesome. There's a nice pass play. It's not connected all the way down to the 10-yard line. It'll be incomplete. But I'll tell you what, Jena fans have turned out for a scrimmage.
Oh, absolutely. Jena has great tradition in football, and they always travel well. So, I mean, sometimes that's why people, when you're doing your schedules, you look at and see who you're playing because, it is a business, and, you like for teams to travel well. And the more they travel, and then as you can see over there, they've got a great crowd, so they do travel well. And the Jena Giants are they're always a contender for district, and they're always do real well in the playoffs. So it's a good test for the Eagles tonight.
The Eagles got a nice little crowd coming in, and still some people sitting on the track. We're getting some updates. Things at least sounding clear out there, and just trying to get things under control. So the Eagles have now taken over. So the Jena Giants have run their 8 plays, and you've got Michael Henry is starting tonight. My understanding is Michael's a junior, but a lot of practice time. In fact, in the pregame, and we'll probably get things rolling a lot smoother next week. Now that we kind of figured out what caused us from not being able to get on at 6:45. But we have some video of Michael. He's been doing a lot of work, extra work, coming out on Sundays and running pass plays and working on footwork. But he's getting pushed this year.
He's getting pushed by a freshman, Jake Vaughn, a very good freshman quarterback, which you don't get to see too often, who will probably get some playing time this year. So he's pushing him, and that's good for Michael. And he's been put in the extra work. Comes up here on Sunday. I saw him here this past Sunday with about 6 or 8 of the guys out here on the field, and they were doing pass routes and working on their footwork. So they are putting the time in. But, Jake's right there. He's putting the time in also. So it's always good to have that competition within the team to push you because, everybody wants to play and everybody wants to start. So that's a good thing right there. And then obviously the freshman is going to learn a little bit from the junior who, got to play the whole season last year. So that's big whenever you finish a season and you've got a whole year under your belt in high school.
That's right. And of course, Mike was a transfer from Denham Springs last year. That's a nice run up the middle and a nice play. I'm sitting here so you can see, folks, as you're watching us tonight, I'm running the camera.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to make the call and watch the play, and I forgot I had my hands on the camera.
Can you do 2 things? Can you make the call and follow the ball at the same time with the camera?
What I'm going to have to do, David, is actually make the call looking at the camera screen instead of looking at it live. So it'll be like I do watching the LSU on TV or watching the Saints in other games. So Henry's in the shotgun. He's got a single back behind him. It's kind of an I formation. The handoff is to number 15. Of course, here tonight, everybody's in different numbers. That's Ruben Seastrunk, and he's a power back. I'm glad to see him healthy and running because he can really stick it up the middle. He's not afraid to take on a hit.
Right, and Ruben's got, he's a senior, so he's got experience. And his shoulder's a little banged up. And, at this time of the year, you're coming out of these practices in August where you're doing a lot of hitting. So a lot of these guys are beat up a little bit. But, for once, you're beating up on another team. And that's exactly why you have the scrimmage. Just to kind of see where you're at and what you need to work on whenever you go back to practice on Monday.
Gavin Hilton, number 4. Number 8 is Jaden Lewis. They're the receivers on the right side. The pitch is to Seastrunk, a little behind, but he's going to pick up the first down on the outside. Wow. All right.
Tom, you notice on that one they put Drake Aldridge in there, and he was the
Oh,
fullback
yeah.
on this play. Now,
Oh,
you know,
excuse me.
Drake is a defensive player, and he's
a
a great
linebacker,
one.
right?
He's going to be on the line.
Is he?
But he was a fullback right there, and Coach Charles said he's going to use him some in the backfield. So, if you saw that particular play, a little sweep there to the left, he put a good block, and Seastrunk got off that block and got the first down.
Well, you know, David, it's really cool. I saw the play, but our viewers did not because I was looking at the play and not at the camera.
Play.
And when I looked down at the camera, I saw that he was out of the picture. So I'm going to get better at this, guys.
Well,
Hang in there.
We'll talk about something after this play, but, you know, Tom, okay, Michael's going to throw it
Here's a pass. He's looking.
That's straight.
Got the man in the
No,
flat.
that's Cooper. I'm sorry. This is Cooper Scott, not Drake Aldridge.
Cooper Scott.
Who is linebacker. These numbers have got me a little because they got their practice numbers on. But yeah, that's Cooper Scott coming out of the backfield right there, and that's one of our linebackers, and he will be playing a little bit in the
Cooper.
offensive backfield.
Cooper is a solid player. He's actually made a name for himself a couple of years ago as a youngster. As a freshman. I remember that. He really popped on the scene. But I got to thank everybody who has tuned in tonight. I know we have several viewers. Folks are finally chiming in that are watching. I've got my buddy that I worked with at Nova Nordis, Jeff Latham, and Cindy says, never say armpit on the air. Here's Seastrunk taking the pitch to the right-hand side. Took a huge hit up high by number 10. We don't have the rosters for Jena, but that was a big hit. And, of course, tonight we're seeing the referees. I'm sure that they are really enjoying the fact that this is a scrimmage, that they can wear shorts, you know, and dress comfortably.
Exactly. You know, and you mentioned a while ago, you know, we had a little rainstorm, so it's not really very hot out here, you know. So, and they're, you know, the shade is starting to go over the field, so the referees were kind of comfortable. But Tom, getting back, you know, when you said we've been practicing.
Student that'll step up and run the camera for us, it'll be out in the stands right below us in the press box, and they'll be following. That way we can watch and make the call. And then I have a little GoPro camera that I'd like to go to, and had a little difficulty with it today. And I've got one missing piece of equipment that was in my box, I swear, but it's not in there now. So a little gremlin got in there and took it from me. But I got a backup, so we'll have that up and running, which will be a wide shot of the camera from about 40 to 40. And that'll give us a chance to kind of switch gears and go to a different shot to get the field camera set, so we're not making everybody sick like I've been doing on the air with all the motion and jerkiness of it. Henry's in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out. He's looking out into the flat. He's got him. He's got Seastrunk, and he's going to pick up the first down to the 10. That was a nice play. Kind of waited a little long on that pass, though.
He did. I think maybe the running back might have went the wrong way, but Ruben got out into the flats. He's wide open out there. A nice, easy, safe throw, and it's going to pick up a first down. And that's going to be into their plays. But the play before that, Seastrunk had about a 10 and 12-yard run too also. So they're going to run out of plays, but they drove the ball against a good Jena defense. So not bad there for the
Very
Eagles.
encouraging. Very encouraging. The defense going to come on and play a couple of plays here again, and then we'll take a little break. I do want to say that with all this equipment and setup, we have a camera on the scoreboard that eventually we'll be able to show, hopefully down at the bottom right, so you'll be able to see the score. Of course, not big tonight, but all of this, we're coming to you, as all of you know that have gotten on the page, either a Facebook or a YouTube or the Boxcast page to watch us, are watching us through 446sports.com. That is Doug Gann, and we're happy to be joining them this year instead of being on the radio to be able to bring you all this. And I got to say thanks to the sponsors that have joined us and said yes when I called on them, and that is Red River Bank, our local bank throughout not only Central Louisiana, got their start here in the Alexander-Pineville area and are now in every major city in the state of Louisiana. Opened up a branch in Lafayette and just recently in New Orleans, and getting that ready to open up, I think, in September. And then we've got John Wolf, a financial advisor and also a graduate of Menard High School. He's with Edward Jones, located in Pineville, and they are a member SIPC. And so we want to thank John Wolf for that. He's an official in his 20th year as a high school football official, and maybe his last. year, as his daughter is hopefully going to be on dance line, and he's going to want to watch her here at Menard next year. And then, of course, we have the Wilder Group, Real Estate. Rusty Wilder and his wife Jennifer, Menard grads, and opened up his own brokerage earlier this year, late last year, and he jumped on board with us. And we've got Insight audio and video. And they are really helpful with the hotspot that we're using tonight to get us on the air. And we'll have their hotspot for away games and for the coaches shows on Wednesday night. You'll be able to tune in to the links that we have on off of Boxcast or Facebook or YouTube for the Wednesday night coaches show. And we'll cover a variety and a range of topics there. So, again, 446sports.com. Great to be a part of the team this year, David.
Absolutely. And they did some basketball last year and some softball.
Here's a run around the right side, picking up big yardage, taken down by that is Jaden Lewis, number 8.
That's the coach's son.
Looking down. Oh, sure is.
Yeah. But, Tom, I'm looking right there. Number 27, Cutter Knowles, is in. He's a freshman, and we got 32 out there, and he's a sophomore. That's Carson Harris. So we've got some guys that are getting some time in that aren't normal starters. Number 9 out there is Matt Kirk, who has come over from basketball, and this is his first year out there to play. So the secondary right here is completely new now. Jaden did play last year.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of young guys in there, young linebackers. So let's see what they can do.
Jack Melton, number 74, on the line. Here's a handoff coming to the near side of the field, and a nice job by Carter Markentel wearing number 31 tonight. His parents are out in the crowd and supposed to have their phones on, watching the game while they're watching. Watching it live.
Exactly.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I know.
Carter's out there playing a little bit of outside linebacker, and he'll play a lot this year on Friday nights. He came off the block right there, made a good tackle for about a half a yard, maybe a half a yard right there. So good play by Carter.
So, Carolyn Markentel, Carter's mom, actually taking my spot at Nova Nordisk after I retired on July 15th from the pharmaceutical industry. So here is the quarterback under center looking over the top.
One deep.
He threw the inside, but what a nice job by number 9. I wish you would have been able to see that. So anyway, number 9 is Matt Kirk. He had great position there, David.
He did. And like I said, he came over from basketball, him and his cousin Deuce, and you'll see him. He'll be playing on the line. And Coach told me today that he plays man really well, and you can see right there that he was all over that guy. So if it had been a good pass, he probably would have intercepted it.
Yep, definitely. So we got a break here, and Menard will come out and do their 6 or 8 plays. You could tell that was the last play. They were just trying to go for it all and test in the long pass, try to get you a shot of the crowd. I do have to say I'm really excited about our press box and the fact that it is much larger than what I had in my mind prior to coming out here and getting this equipment set up, because all I could see was how much equipment was taking up space in my office.
Right.
And it looked like a lot, didn't it?
Well, I'm going to get a picture of all this, because it really looks really tough to put together. But once we get all of our cameras, though, we'll be able to show all of our spirit groups, with dance and cheer and the drum corps and some fans, and maybe get over there and get the hamburger cookers on camera. So it's all a team effort over here at the Eagles Nest.
Definitely. Here's a handoff up the middle, picking up some good yardage. That's number 7.
That's another freshman.
Aiden Moran. Gavin, his brother, just graduated last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Senior last year?
Yes.
Remember calling out his name.
Moran has great speed, so we're looking for good things out of him.
Yeah, I remember Gavin was one of our speedsters last year as well. So ended up being a really nice night. Doug Gann, thank you. He's heading out here to help us get set up and figure out what was wrong with our signal. Oh, the pitch is not handled properly, but it looks like Moran was able to jump back on the ball. It doesn't matter though. We're going to get our plays, but they'll have to have ball security here. But I was mentioning the officials. This is their practice too, and if anybody that's listening is in the area and loves football, and really would want to be a part of football in Central Louisiana, think about joining the officials.
Yeah, they need some. They need them bad too. And
we've got 3 Thursday night games this year, and we'll show you the schedule in a minute and talk about that. But they're having to move games to Thursday night because they don't have enough officials to call, all the games that would take place locally. Usually about 10 games on a Friday night. Ooh, the freshman made a nice play. The lefty, the pass to number 33. He's down the sideline. Let me catch up to him. Out of bounds around the 50. But that was a nice play right there. Number 7.
That's the freshman. That was number 10.
Oh, number 10.
Jake Vaughn.
Jake Vaughn.
To John Tavius Hargrove right there. So that's about 20-yard game.
Nice play.
See, those little nice, easy, I say easy, the little safe plays out in the flat with the quarterback rolling out. If he's open, you hit him. If he's not, you run it or throw it out of bounds. So, that's perfect play for a young freshman. So, he's been able to sit on the sideline and watch a little bit. And now he's in the game, and let's see what he can do.
So he handles. Oh, nice job handling the snap and getting the handoff by the young freshman. Who was that? Moran.
That was Moran.
Aiden Moran with the handoff. They nice job by Moran, kind of hanging back to be able to get the handoff. Didn't pick up any yardage, but
we had a little problem on the snap right there, and the quarterback had
little high,
kind of one-handed. So we're gonna have to work on that a little bit. But I'm looking out there, and we've got a lot of little young linemen. Number 72.
Lane Evans.
Lane Evans is in there. I think Cade Tassan is in there. Yes.
59.
59. 57.
That's
Jack
Roy,
who's a sophomore. So a bunch of young guys right now. I'm trying to get some more numbers.
59. Cade Tassan, you called him out. Got to see who's at center because we have Brock Bordlawn as the starting center, and he's been the starting center for at least 2 years. Here's the handoff trying to go up the middle, and the defense kind of clogged it up. They may call a horse collar on that one, but he didn't let go. But I was just at the referee officials meeting, and they're going to kind of do away with the horse collar, but he got the front of it.
It's so hard to call that. It's
unless they yank him down.
Yank him from the back collar on down. That's pretty easy to call, but there's variations of it. So
that's the rule that they were talking about today. Was they have to be yanked straight down or straight or to the side, but immediately yanked down in order for the horse collar to be called. If they kind of hang on and let go, or even hang on, but they're not dragged down and bent at the knees, right, and it's not immediate, then it will not be called. So several different changes to the rules that will be tonight. Here's
I went to
a little scuffle,
a little officials meeting here a couple of weeks ago, and they discussed some of the rule changes, and the chop block is going to be watched this year, where they don't want you chopping toward the knees, and it's got to be more at the hips now, and that's just a safety thing, and to me that rule should have been in place a long time ago. You play teams where they just chop down on guys, and that's just so dangerous especially for high schoolers. College guys and pros, they're more able to maybe defend that type of block, but it's hard for high schoolers.
Slammed him to the ground. He had nowhere to go with it, but if he can remember that, as far as any intentional grounding, that's a new change too, where Jake could have just tossed the ball, because a couple of steps and you're out of the tackle zone and outside of the box, so to speak, and then you would have been he would throw it away as long as he gets to the line of scrimmage. So anywhere close to the line of scrimmage, whether it's out of bounds or inbounds, it doesn't matter, and they can do that and get rid of it. So a much easier opportunity to throw the ball away,
especially when he's outside the pocket right there. And he's a young quarterback, so he'll learn that. And the linebacker, he closed quick right there, and Jake just didn't have. He was looking downfield. He was trying to make a play.
If you are watching, we thank you for that. Do us a favor and click the like and subscribe to 446, either on Facebook or YouTube. And I guess you can do it on Boxcast. That's a new platform for me. Again, there's the drop ball, and the defense is there. The quarterback picked it up, but that is number 33.
Yeah, that's John Tavius Hargrove on the tackle right now. Now, he's went to a new position, so he's got his finger on the ground playing that 3-tech, or some people make it like a defensive end. So he's got the C gap. He's got the C gap most of the time. Great play. Well, right there, the quarterback did fumble it, but he picked it up, and John was right there.
Drake Aldridge, a junior, number 84, playing a tackle position just off the nose. He made his name, we called him out like crazy. Deuce Kirk, number 58. And who's that? 64, Braylon Dusang. Boy, he was a freshman last year. He's a junior. He's a sophomore. But he really came on last year, and we called him out a lot. Here's a pass over in the flats a little bit, right along the sideline. Incomplete.
Braylon's been doing really well. He's one of our best players, so we're going to need him on defense, but we're going to need him a little bit on offense also. And you can see he just came off the field, give him a little bit of a breather right there. But he's going to get double-teamed. He's about 6'4", probably about 290, so he's one of our better interior linemen, and we're going to be looking for good things out of him.
We kind of saw that last year where Coach finally decided to start putting some of the big linemen that were on defense and putting them on the offensive line just to try to protect the quarterback. Number 74, Jack Melton, getting some playing time here. Here's a run around the right side of the far side of the field, taken out of bounds after a pickup of about 7. And they were, of course, 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but not really mattering much because they're just running, again, maybe 6 to 8 plays. They're doing a third set of them before they go into the quarter.
Right. And also Deuce Kirk, number 58, who's actually a senior, but this is his first year to play. He's anchoring that defensive line, and Coach said he's really done well, and he's done well over the summer. So he's going to be a starter. And then also, we've got number 20 out there, Dave Roberts, who's a lot of colleges are looking at him, and he's playing inside linebacker with Cooper Scott. So you got 2 big inside linebackers right there.
Carson Harrison, number 32. Oh. There's a play that was just over his head and overthrowing the big, tall receiver, number 1.
Nice little series right there for the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely on defense. Number 32, did I just say his name? Yep, Carson Harrison. Who else we got out there?
Carson Harrison's twin sister is a cheerleader.
Ah, okay.
Yes, there's like 12 sets of twins at Menard.
At Menard?
Absolutely. And I'm not exaggerating.
Something in the water in central Louisiana.
Also tonight, Tom, go ahead and say that our junior high, if you notice, our junior high is dressed out for tonight's game.
Okay.
Just to kind of give them a little bit of this experience, game day experience. Obviously, you can't do that during the regular season, but tonight we're able to do that for them.
Yeah. Can they do it during the Jamboree, too, since it's practice? No? That's kind of the start of the regular season?
Yes. Snap
is on the ground and recovered by Jena. Again, you get a chance, those of you that are watching, like us and subscribe. And,
absolutely.
And don't forget to follow us each week. As we go through this process.
And we'll be here. We're going to go on the road.
Yep.
Same thing. We might be sitting in the back of my truck, but we're going to get us on.
We were talking about that. I was talking about that with Cindy, and in rainy situations, sit in the back of your truck on the road. We're gonna have the pop-up tent. I'm gonna buy a tarp so we can cover that. And we may have my tailgate generator, little Honda 2000, to be able to run all the equipment, and then we'll call the game, set everything up in the back of the truck with a little table, and have fun in the rain.
I got a couple big Eagle umbrellas if we need them.
We may. So the Eagles have held ground. They gave up the one long play for the touchdown on the first series of 8 plays, and the defense has really stepped up the last couple of sets of tries for Jena.
You know, Tom, I got a lot of little sound effects over here on the board, right? But we're going to have to label them because I'm scared to hit one of them because I'm not sure which one's going to start playing. I do know the one we introed with, but after that, we got some pretty interesting little sounds that we can.
Yeah, we'll be able to play those up. You know, typically I'm usually kind of funny. Boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
Where's that one?
I'm scared
Just
to hit
test
one
it.
of them.
Just test it. There it is. You hit it. All right, so we're back on offense now. Under center, back with Michael Henry in the pitch. Oh, my gosh. That's a big boy. Number 79 just trucked over the running back, number 4.
Gavin Hilton.
Gavin
right there.
Hilton. Boy, that was almost like a pancake block. Look at number 79 right there.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you what, and poor little Gavin, man, you have all that weight coming down on you.
You know, Gavin's usually playing out in the slot, but, you know, we have a couple of guys injured. Cole Smith's injured, who runs the ball, and Gabe Capel, who's also injured. They're both running back. So Gavin is actually going from slot, and he's out playing a little bit of running back. So that was his first carry right there. So a little missed tackle, but he'll get some more opportunities.
Number 8, that's Jaden Lewis coming in motion, setting up here on the near side. Henry in the shotgun, gives it to Moran. He's got the right side, and he's picking up some nice yardage, taking out of bounds, put a little hit himself on a defensive back. But that was about a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, that's
and
Gavin.
Enough.
That's Gavin.
Oh, it's
Hilton.
Gavin?
Yeah, it's got a little
Hilton.
flag out there. But Gavin, you know, coach is going to have to get the ball in his hands a little bit because he's a shifty little runner when he gets the ball. And, you know, he's a real good football player. Got a little holding, I think, on the Eagles.
I'll tell you, David, part of me, you know, is wanting to give everybody close-up shots. And, you know, just going back to my sports days at KLB and KLAX and being on the sidelines, running up and down with the big cameras on my shoulder and the big old packs that we used to carry. Now those cameras are tiny and fit in your hand and do everything. But the close-up shots are great. It's just trying to get used to being able to follow it. There's one of the passes that Michael was working on the rollout. Nicely done. It was in position out in the flats. And that was Jaden Lewis with the reception. They pick up the lost yardage on the penalty.
Yep.
And now they got to pick up the full 10 yards.
You know, once again, just a nice little easy pass right there, and Michael, you know, performed it perfectly. So I think that the Eagles, you know, going to do a lot of this kind of things. You know, obviously they want to run the ball, but they're going to do some of these little rollouts and kind of hit these backs out in the flats. Now, if our viewers are seeing that our quarterback's wearing a different jersey, that's because he is not allowed to be hit in this game.
Ah, okay. Is that for the same for Jena too?
Yes.
Okay. So Henry he's looking downfield. He's going to go for it. He's got a man down the sideline, and that is caught. Oh, my goodness. Nice job. Nicely caught by number 27. That is Cutter Knowles.
Freshman.
Wow. And it was placed beautifully over the shoulder to Cutter Knowles.
Yeah, Cutter ran a little post corner right there, a very hard pattern to cover, and Michael just threw it in a basket right there, right on the dime, right on the sideline. He got his feet in. Nice little play.
One of the things that our hope is that we can get a photographer to be here and to cover the plays. We'll have the ability at some point to be able to do instant replay and kind of watch that. Here's the pitch coming into your screen, and he's coming
Hilton.
near side. Hilton to the near side of the field, out at the 30.
Boy, he competes.
And that's a pickup of a first down. That's a 10-yard play. The Eagles' offense really starting to get some traction here, and they did that after the second team was out there last drive. But toward the end of those plays, those last 2 or 3 plays, they were starting to get a real feel to drive the football.
Absolutely. And, you know, we're not going to have a lot of big plays, so we're driving the ball. We drove the ball. We've been driving all night, you know, but since we're only doing like 8 plays, you know, we're driving it to the 10, and it's taking us 8 plays, and we're done. But that's a good sign because we are executing pretty well. We've got another penalty right here. I didn't really see what he said.
Yeah, it's like a personal foul penalty, but it appears to have been after the play, a dead ball penalty. are not. Let's see, because the chain crew was going to give us the first down.
Coach Charles don't look too happy.
And now we'll see if they still get the first down, but they moved the chain. Nope. They're going to go back to the 30, and they'll have to replay the down. And it's a total of.
I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't think the chain should be moving.
The chain, the chain should be at the 30 still, and because of the penalty happened at the end of the play, backed us all the way up from the spot of the foul and took us back, and it's first down, and we ended up losing about 3.5 yards.
They're still trying to get it over there.
So maybe the first down was given, but now they back it up, and this is where
– But it's first and 10, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I guess the penalty is we lose all that yardage that we had gained. We got the first down.
But why would they move not the yard marker, the chains? The chains should have stayed over there if it was a penalty. But I don't know.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if it happened after the play, they gave them the first down. Oh, I see what you're saying. If they gave them the first down, the yardage should have stayed up there.
It stays up there.
And backed it up. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's almost like the play didn't count.
Right. And if that would have been the case, then it maybe should have stayed at the 30. But I don't know.
They're practicing too.
Yeah, they are. And, one of the things that I really got out of the meeting, it was great. The officials called the meeting, and they had us in the media, there, especially those of us that do the play-by-play calls. Because there are times, we're fans of our team, right? We're Menard fans. And, wow, look at this run. Nicely done by Gavin Hilton. Picked up the first down. That's a great drive there coming off of that penalty for the Eagles to go ahead and pick a first down right there.
When you're doing a scrimmage, everybody loves you to score, but this is the kind of thing that we want to see. The Eagles are driving the ball, and I don't even think that they've been stopped, to be honest with you, except for they just ran out of plays. In a regular game where where you're using the clock, you continue those drives. So that's a very good sign for the Eagles.
We have a little break, so we'll give the fans kind of a little a tour, so to speak. So just looking at our schedule, you can see our sponsors, the Wilder Group, Red River Bank, and you'll see them all flipping throughout the whole game. Up in the top left corner, you'll see Edward Jones, and then Insight Audio, that's John Wolf there. But you can see our schedule. A little tough if you're sitting far away, but we play St. Fred's in 2 weeks. That's one of our Thursday night games, actually, on September the 1st. Next week, you can see the Jamboree will be here. That's 4 teams that are coming in, correct, David?
It's a two-night Jamboree. The first night we have 4 teams. That's correct. And then the second night we have 3 teams. So it's 7 teams total. But the Eagles will be playing on Thursday night.
That first night of
the first night and we'll be playing the first and last game. So that's at 5 and 8. And that's a big, in between there. But we're going to be here anyway. So we're going to play Block at 5, and we're going to play Bolton at 8.
So we're going to be set up next week to be on the air for probably about 4:45 to do pregame and then show the game, show our portion of the game at 5, and then we may take the break and come back and do the last game that the Eagles are a part of and run that. So unless we need more practice.
And those will be 15-minute quarters, and each team play
one quarter apiece, right?
1 quarter apiece.
And they'll play 2 quarters.
They'll play 2 teams.
So then we play at home. Of course, we're home now. Home next week with the Jamboree. Home on the first night. Of that Thursday against St. Fred's. And then we're at home again. We have the crosstown rival, Pineville High, a 5A team coming over to play. I think that's fantastic. And then we go on the road to St. Mary's in Natchitoches, and then we have Sacred Heart out of Ville Platte coming in. And then we go to Opelousas Catholic, right?
Yes.
That last week
that's
right
week
there?
5, yeah.
No, that's Oakdale, isn't it?
Hard to see right there, but
Sacred Heart, and then that's Opelousas Catholic, and then we have Pickering.
That's correct.
That's a new district.
That's a district.
Foe, and then we have a Voiles from our old district.
So us and them came into this new district.
So we stuck with them, and then we play Rose Pine, which we did in the Jamboree last year, and Rose Pine is a new addition to our district, and then we have Oakdale toward the second to last game of the season, and that's our final district game.
Right.
And then we'll travel close to Baton Rouge to take on Glen Oaks.
And that'll be Thursday night.
That'll be a Thursday night.
And that'll be the week before the playoffs. So it's always good to play on a Thursday night, the week before the playoffs, if you're going to make the playoffs, and you can go watch a team that you may get in the playoffs. So
we're going to take a quick break, and we'll run the commercial loop that we have, and it'll just say commercial break, and we'll see how long the music lasts. And but we'll be right back in just a minute. Try that. There we go. All right. That's some good music right there. So we are back. So anyway, man, they did the coin toss just like they normally would. And you said the Eagles won it?
The Eagles won it. Everything's game situation right now. So looks like we're going to even do the kickoff. The white hat is back there for the kickoff. So we'll get a little game situation in here right now and see how fun this is. You're probably going to see a lot of little young guys out here on the kickoff return. That's number 4. That's Gavin Hilton going back deep. I like to see them kick the ball to him. I like to see him return the ball. Yeah. We also have Cutter Knowles out there along with –
is that 29? Yeah, 29 Jordan Reich. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Reich? Reich?
Yes, and and all of these guys are like they've never played on a Friday night before, so except for Gavin. So this is a good opportunity for them.
You know they're excited. They got the big man kicking. So here we are getting ready to start. We'll kind of zoom in, number 79, see what kind of boot he can put on that ball. Line drive going right to Moran.
I guess they're not going to let him tackle.
Yeah, this is practice. You don't necessarily want anybody getting hurt.
Not at this time, especially on a special teams or a kickoff in a scrimmage. But we'll have all of this in the Jamboree next week.
So as we wait for them to come out, one thing that we will and we're working on, it's this is the first time that we were able to put this together, but the school board cam, I guess we're not going to be able to get it. We don't have. We got to figure out how to bring that back online. And then I had another camera, the GoPro, for the wide shot, and just having to get that plugged in. So, kind of working things out.
If any of our guys or girls in Eagle Nation are out there that would like to, work this camera, we'll be sure to listen to you and
definitely
get somebody else to run the camera for us. So,
I have to
concentrate on the game.
Right. I have to give a lot of thanks and props to Miss Laura Hill. She is a teacher here at Menard and started a media class and group, and she's been talking with the kids there, trying to get them interested. And I hope somebody steps up and decides to come, because I can train them, how to run the cameras, and even somebody that might want to come and help us produce, because even if I have to run the camera, somebody can run the other shots. Oh, the Eagles! You could see what happened there. The pitch, it was supposed to be a handoff. Looks like, was that 15?
That's Ruben. Ruben Seastrunk was expecting a pitch, and looked like Michael wanted to hand it at first. But then he ended up kind of throwing it to him.
Kind of just pitching it forward.
But you're going to get these things in scrimmages, These kind of things are going to happen, and that's why you don't just immediately go into game one. So
right.
You got a scrimmage, you got practice game next week at the Jamboree, and then you're going to get into game one. So you get all these little jitters and all these little mistakes out of your system.
When you see the coaches down here on the sideline, I mean, they've got to work the kinks out as well. In terms of getting into game mode, so to speak, as they've just been practicing. All these guys have been kind of hitting on each other as the summer and then the fall camp. Here's Henry on the rollout, and he's got the pass complete. They're going to pick up the first down and extra. He's running down the sideline out at about the 40-yard line, maybe just shy. Now they're going to mark it at the 40. Nice job.
That's Cooper Scott out there. Coming out from the fullback position, and just a little rollout by Michael, and hits him for about 5-6 yards, and he breaks a tackle, and you're up the sideline. So, these little plays like this, if you don't make the tackles, a 5 or 6 or 7 yard gain is going to turn into what you just saw, a 20-yard gain.
Coming out, Eagles. 2 wide receivers coming to the near side. Now they're going into that little bunch set. Looks like Seastrunk going to be the extra blocker, taking it to the right side. Nice cut. Coming near side of the field, finally out of bounds.
That's Gavin Hilton, and again, that he's a player. He's not very big, but he's a player. We got to get the ball in this guy's hands, and you can see the little moves that he was making. You don't teach those type things.
No, that's instinct.
The first tackler came up, he gave him a little stiff arm, then he kind of faked out one of the tacklers, and he's going to pick up another 10 yards, maybe, almost a first down right here. So we got to find ways to get number 4 the ball.
They got a hold.
Boy, I tell you, Tom, we've been getting these little big plays, and we're getting penalties at the end of them. So we got to overcome those type things. The penalties was a little bit of a problem last year. So, that's more things that these coaches are going to have to work on.
I think this is one of the rule changes right here.
That's a spot foul.
It's a spot foul, and then they walked it off. So you still get the benefit of the yardage. And then it's not coming all the way back and right. Dropping them back, and you got to go 20 yards.
Yeah, you don't see first and
17, 20 or
first
whatever.
and 7 too often.
That's right. So here's the pitch. They get it back to the outside. He's going out made the corner. Boy, and they got the first down and picked up all that yardage and then some. You said it. I mean, that is a player right there that they have definitely got to make sure that between Seastrunk and Gavin.
Gavin was a quarterback in junior high, and then when he came up to the high school, he went to another position. He's asking out right now. He
needs out.
And a lot of times the coaches see that. He really don't have no one to put in for him. But as you can see that he's very talented. So, and I've talked to the coaches about this, that y'all got to find a way to give that guy the ball.
I can see it looks like he may have fallen on the ball with his, with the ball stuck in his stomach. I know he's reaching for something to drink, but when he came out, he was kind of tapping his chest. I know some of that is get me out, but it looked more like he was trying to catch his breath after the tackle. Here's the rollout. Henry's got a man open. You can see him. Touchdown. Did he make the catch? Oh, just out of the reach of the receiver.
Yeah, that was Cutter Knowles out there, and he was running wide open, and Mike just barely missed him. Cutter made a great effort for it, dove for the ball, but he was there. We got to kind of make those plays, but you can see that the plays are there to be made. Tom, I like the play calling, with a little bit of the rollouts.
Yeah,
and then to go with the sweeps.
I'll tell you what. I know it's just a scrimmage, but Henry looks much sharper. The extra work that he put in, from last year.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of growth.
Absolutely.
A lot of growth.
And Tom, I played that position, and I just can't emphasize enough how much a year under your belt or a year's experience, and he's doing good things right now.
He looks
and
in
this
control.
is against a Jena Giant team that's a very good team. So this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Once again, Gavin Hilton on about 10, 12-yard gain,
He's got, the Eagles have the Giants on their heels. I'm sure they're kind of stunned right now as to how well the Eagles have moved the ball. And this goes back to, them finding a little groove in just the 6 to 8 plays that they were running in the 3 different sets. Here's Seastrunk with the handoff right up the middle. Huge hole.
Look like we got some
There's
holding
a penalty.
probably. But you can see that our running backs, how hard they are running the ball. You got Seastrunk, who's hitting it up in there. You've got Gavin Hilton, who's hitting it up in there, and they're running the ball hard. And Gabe Capel, when he comes back, he's the same type runner. And those type runners wear on a defense. And you can tell right now that the Jena Giants defense is gassed.
They're gassed. Number 79, slow to get up. He pancaked Gavin before in one of those series, but somebody pancaked him as he was flat on his back and then trying to roll over, and you could tell he was in a little pain. That was a face mask call on Jena, so that moved the ball to 1st and goal. This is the Red River Red Zone as the Eagles are in the red zone. Red River is our sponsor for the red zone, and here's that is Seastrunk in for the touchdown.
Well, we got one
at the 6:33 mark.
We got one ref saying touchdown and one ref saying he was down, so it looked like he may be a little short.
Line judge over here saying, calling it just short of.
I don't know how he saw that. He was way on the other side of the field, but we should be able to score right here.
Yeah, Henry maybe a quarterback sneak possibly, but no, they're going to hand it off to Seastrunk, and now he should be in. There should be no question there.
And, Tom, what a drive right there. And we took almost 6 minutes off the clock right there. So that is just a perfect drive, keeping their offense off of the field. You go, you get the points, defense gets the rest, and so that's a perfect situation for the Eagles.
So here's one of the things that we have, and we'll have to figure out, David, how to between the two of us, being able to come down here and grab it. But that drive, that Red River Red Zone drive, was brought to you, is brought to you by Red River, and that ended up being a Red River scoring drive in the red zone. Here's the extra point, and it was good.
That's number 5, Ryan Hicks.
Ryan Hicks, the lefty leg, that
the all-state candidate.
Nice.
For punting and kicking, so we're fortunate to have that left-handed kicker.
Now we should be
left-footed kicker.
We should be able or be in this mandatory water break, right here. And of course, that is going to be brought to you by this year Edward Jones, John Wolf Financial Advisor, located at 185 Pine Grove Drive in Pineville, member SIPC, and so we thank them for their sponsorship.
Absolutely. I see Greg Petrus is here, Tom. That's the head of the officials, and he's out here scouting these people because I see a lot of new faces, and I'm glad to see him out here trying to teach these young referees a little bit about football.
Yeah, Greg actually was one that put on, kind of hosted the clinic, and they had Trey coming out of Monroe. Principal Gatlin right behind us. We're so enthralled in what we're doing, we didn't even know how long you've been back there, Chris.
30 minutes.
So we'll come back here. Let's see, Chris. You'll see one of the things that we have is the the press box cam. I'll have to add your name to it. Here's the kickoff. They're not going to let them run it back, and we'll get set up. But Chris Gatlin, principal of Menard High School. Thanks for being here, Chris.
We'll be interviewing him some during the
in fact, I emailed him today and said, hey, look, at some point we want to try to get up here and get some interviews and talk about what's happening here.
We can do it.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. So just some of the things that we have, opportunities to be able to do. We really want to promote Menard and everything that they have going on, here. And Chris has been so kind to us over the years. Lewis and I were the voice of the Ash Trojans for the years that Chris was head coach over there. He's a pass play that was caught and taken and picked up big yardage all the way down to about the 50-yard line, just inside of Eagle territory. Yeah, I know, Dave. People got to take Dramamine right now with the shakiness of the camera.
We got to get a little closer to that receiver out there. We play way too far off of him.
There's a handoff up the middle. Missed tackles coming to the outside, and finally dragged down by Jaden Lewis, number 8.
With 2 plays, and they're almost in the red zone. The Eagles are a little gassed also, but they playing some youngsters here on defense right now.
Tell you one thing I want to do though, David. I got to get just a little Omni mic and set it up, and we'll tape it somewhere outside, and get some of this nat sound so we can pick up the drum corps and the cheers and all that, and have a better pickup for the national anthem whenever it's sung or played. There's a run to the outside, taken down.
Nice play right there by the Giants. Really well executed on the block out there on our outside linebacker. You got to come up and meet that guy and kind of just push him back in. But Jena's on the move right here with 4:25 left in this little opening period. So I don't think we have 8, do we?
No, 7. I just noticed that it's 7-0 Eagles. We did the extra point with a kick. And not the 2-point conversion. But a beautiful night it turned out to be. I mean, if I can get a shot of the sky, and just how nice it is.
Tom, there's a lot of folks out here.
There is. It's really a good crowd for a scrimmage.
The tailgate parking lot is full. And like we said, Jena brought a whole bunch of people in, but so did the Eagles.
Yep. Kind of slowly pan around and just look at the cars. That's the tailgate parking lot right there. We've got the crowd sitting. They have their own chairs. Some are down on the track. Let's see, up here a little bit. Eagles are coming to the line. Throw to the outside. Kind of leave it on a wide shot here, real. Just kind of get be able to see the plays, not close up. The Giants taking a long time in the huddle.
Yeah, that's one thing about a scrimmage. They're not going to call anything like that, so, they're going to give them all the time they want. One of the beauties of a scrimmage. But, it's practice.
So your son, David, last year we gave a shout-out to him. He's in the service. We thank him for his service. He was up in Virginia.
He's stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, but right now he's at Pensacola, Florida, doing some training there for the Navy. So he'll be there for about 8 months.
Wow!
And he's actually been texting with me as he's been watching us. So
has he?
He sent us a couple pictures and stuff. And
got to give a shout out.
Christian, this is your dad speaking. Yeah. Hello, Christian. Love you, son. Glad you support us and support these Eagles. And that's for all my family. I got family in New Rose at False River. They're also watching. Sabrina and Bree, my daughter, Sabrina, my wife, and Martha, my mother-in-law. So they're all there supporting, and they support us every Friday night. So,
That's awesome.
I love them, and I'm glad for the support.
Well, got to thank them for tuning in and watching. Cindy's watching. My mom was trying to get us. Hopefully, she was able to get back on, because I think she got caught up in the very beginning when we couldn't get the signal on, and we were trying to figure out why we weren't matching up with Boxcast, and just we had the wrong. We had HTTM or whatever in there, and it was supposed to be RTML. So all that technical stuff that I'm still kind of learning on the right-hand side on the play for the quarterback there, taking it to the outside, picking up the first, or close to the first down if you didn't get it. But yeah, so hopefully she got back on. She'll be listening to us or watching and paying attention. So we could have some nice numbers as far as folks watching us.
I hope so.
So we're very grateful for that, and so are our sponsors, and we're grateful to them again. As you can see them in the top left-hand corner, the Wilder Group, Red River Bank, Insight Audio and Video, and John Wolf, Edward Jones Financial Advisors. 2:29 to go in this quarter, and as you can see, the Giants are lined up. They are in the Red River Bank red zone, and they run it straight up the middle. Pick up a couple of yards, first and goal.
You're going to see a whole lot of that right here. Eagles might want to bunch up there on the line, maybe blitz some of those linebackers through some of those gaps. See if we can get them for a little loss right here.
I might have to get a new tripod.
Got Coach Scully out there calling the defense, who does a great job.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. One of the things about the lineup with the other lineup, when we get it with the regular, what their regular jerseys are going to be. Some new coaches. I think I asked you about that, and we kind of got off subject and didn't really talk about it.
Well, actually,
Daniel Scully was a coach last year, but Daniel, did he go back down to Sacred Heart?
He went to Sacred Heart, who's on our schedule, so that'll be a fun week to play against them. But
he's a character, man.
But actually, on the football, like I said, we have Coach Tig, who's been the head coach at Bolton, and he came over.
Oh, yeah, you did talk about that.
But the rest of the staff has been here, so they're
kind of. Corey?
It was Corey. Coach Corey Holmes is still here, and, Coach Coleman is still here, and we've got Coach Devin to go along with Coach Clay Matchett, and then Coach Thomas Scully. Big Tom is what we call him, and it's going to be interesting whenever Big Tom Scully and son Daniel go against each other.
Yeah, that will be.
That will be right here.
Yep. In a couple of weeks, maybe about a month or so. The Clay Matchett, he coaches the junior high too, doesn't he?
He helps with the junior high.
He does special teams?
All of the high school coaches kind of help with the junior high a little bit too. So and Corey's been doing a lot for him. You can see Clay's on the sideline right now. He's down there.
Yep.
But he's mostly doing offense. I think Jena may have just
scored. Just put it in the end zone.
Well, it's close. Nothing yet.
They're not signaling, are they? They're running down the sideline.
If he didn't score, it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Yeah, 4th and goal. So the Eagles doing a nice job.
Let's see what
guarding the middle there.
Well, maybe they did score. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they scored.
28 seconds left. Yep, they set the ball down. Looks like.
They scored. They're going to go for the extra point.
They didn't run a kicker out there, though, did they?
They're going to probably go for 2.
They're going to go for 2 because if they
I don't know why, unless they don't have a kicker, why they would do that. I know they're not just trying to win. I mean, everybody wants to win, but you want to work on things right here. And if you've got a kicking game, it's like you'd want to work on that.
Well, just going back to what they had to kick off with number 79.
That's true. That's a big point.
Here's a quarterback under center. This is typically going to be a hand. Oh, he's going to look at throw over in the on the far side of the field.
He's going to throw a little fade right there, but we got a penalty.
It should be against. Is that going to be movement before the snap and backing them up? Defense offsides.
Yeah. They may
stop the play.
Yeah, it's on the Eagles. We got to work on these penalties.
That was something that we talked about last year too. Is some of the discipline. One of the things that wanted to kind of talk about too is I don't know if Justin has done this every year, but there was took the boys on a retreat for 4 days or so.
Actually, they went on a football. They went to football camp. Is what they did.
This year?
This year, they went over there. It was by Maryhill, but really not a retreat. But they did a football camp, and they did all kind of little things. Team bend.
There's the handoff up the middle for the 2-point conversion, and they got it.
Team building, team bonding. A lot of football teams do that, and they did that for about 4 days earlier this summer. So they had a good time there. They did some fun things also. So it's a team bonding thing.
Well, that's really important for for a team. Chemistry, when you hear and see championship teams like the LSU 15-0 run for a national title, they talk about chemistry, and the team getting along, having leadership, is a huge focus for them. And that really makes a huge difference for a team. So something like that, to do that, I think it's great.
Absolutely. Chemistry is big in just about any kind of sport. You got to have good chemistry. You got to have leaders, and leaders is big on teams. That's why it's pretty, important to have senior leadership on your team. It doesn't have to be seniors, but, usually in high school, your seniors are your leaders, and, that's important. The locker room is big in football. If you got a together locker room, you're usually going to have a together football team, and you're usually going to be captains.
Oh, nice.
So he makes it a point to do that. He knows that's important. So, chemistry is big.
So here's the kickoff. That was the touchdown Red River red zone drive by the Jena Giants, who ended up taking an 8-6 lead here in the scrimmage. Not that the score matters. The scoreboard says 8-8, so we'll go by that, right? 8-7, true, because the extra point was good.
So I wonder if we score a touchdown if we're going to go for 2. I think we'll work on our extra points.
Well, what I'd like to see, I want to see touchdowns, but it would be great if we end up, on a nice drive and try to let him have a chance at a field goal, because, that's something that we've had. We've had some kickers here at Menard over the last couple of years that could hit field goals.
Absolutely.
And that can make a big difference in some of our games. Here's a 2-receiver set on both sides of the field. The throw out to the flat to Jaden Lewis is complete, running right into your screen right there, out at about the 45-yard line.
And you can see right there, Mike's got a great arm, and he's, the guys have been open tonight.
He's
out
gotten
here
stronger.
In the flats, and they're doing these little deep outs, and the corners are running off, and we're just cutting off of that, and he's putting the ball right on the money.
Yeah, he's getting his drops down and getting his shoulder square. I know that's what they worked on that Sunday that I came out and shot a little video of him. 2-receiver set going out to the far side, number 29 on the far side of the field. And Michael's looking near side. He's got a man open. Oh, Jaden almost came up with it. I got to make sure I keep my eye on the camera there. But that was a dart.
And he got great pressure right there. He actually got hit. And he threw it. That was not too bad of a pass right there, Jaden almost made a great catch. Another good play call. Kind of safe right there. So you can see the improvement in Mike for sure.
Yeah. What I saw right there, David? He threw that ball before the cut was made.
Exactly.
So, he was throwing it to the spot where Jaden was supposed to be, and Jaden still had his back to the ball while the ball was in the air coming to him.
Yeah, and he had to because he was getting great pressure. So
there's motion to a trip set on the far side. He's looking down the sideline. He's looking left.
That's
29.
Right, right. And he's going to be a good player too. He's also a youngster. He's a sophomore. He's getting some playing time. But Michael got great protection right there. Looked like he was going to take off, but he stayed in the pocket and waited for the guy to break open. The guy broke open. He hit him. He just got to make those plays.
Got a 4th down now. This will be the last play of this quarter, as we only have 5 seconds left. They start the clock on the snap because of an incomplete pass, but he's going to be going to look for the pass, and he's going to roll up. He can get the first down. He's going to pass it over the middle. And it is high and over the head.
I think we got a roughing the quarterback.
Number 79. Man, oh, man.
It's going to be roughing.
Yeah, it should be.
Michael's calling for something, but he could have took off right there. He had a lot of green, but that's he's looking to throw it, which is fine, and he took a
big hit. One of the things about that, it's a defensive play, so we should get one more play before they go to the next quarter. If they run it properly,
that would be,
not properly,
that would be
but
the normal thing to do.
If they run it like a regular game, and before we, I guess they'll take maybe a little bit of break, give them the 15-yard penalty, and give them the shot, here. But I guess you're working on your passing game, and you've got time. He almost went through his progressions twice.
He did.
On that play. And he could have run. And in a regular game, I bet you he runs. But, hey, let's work on it with just being a scrimmage. Trip receivers to the left. He's looking to the right, trying to get Gavin, throwing it deep. Gavin's trying to come back to it. Ball is up in the air and drops to the ground. Oh, look at that. I'm so glad I was watching the play.
Well, that was just like a Hail Mary because it was the last play. Because I guess they're going to treat this like halves.
Yeah.
So that'll end like that little half right there. So that ball looked like it might have slipped out of Michael's hand. I'm sure he's sweating. So that was just a Hail Mary.
Well, I said that because I was watching the play and the camera wasn't. So again, we'll have to work a little bit.
It's a work in progress
on that. So let's go to the commercial loop here, folks. You'll get a chance. We'll play that music. I don't know how long it lasts, but let's give it a try, and we're going to just take a commercial break and get something to drink, and we'll be right back. So welcome back, everybody. They're coming back from their little halftime break. We here in the press box, our break is going to be extended. We will be cutting out, right now, and we will be back on the air. We want to thank everybody for the tuning in this evening and watching the Eagles in their scrimmage against Jena, and what we've been able to bring to you so far. David, good job, and we're gonna be working on this, and we're gonna be improving on this product as we go through the season. So I hope we hope you enjoyed it. Any final words and your thoughts for the Eagles tonight? What you've seen so far up to this point?
Well, I'm very impressed from what I've seen with the Eagles tonight. They've been able to drive the ball up and down the field. Jena really hasn't stopped them. I think that's a great sign here and early in the season, and that's why we play these games, so we can kind of figure out what works and what doesn't work, and things that we need to go work on at practice. And they'll do that this week, and they'll get ready for the Jamboree Thursday night, and we'll be here to give you all the coverage.
Yeah, we definitely will, and looking forward to it. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight. We especially appreciate our sponsors, as we've talked about throughout this broadcast so far. Insight Audio and Video, Red River Bank, who sponsored the Red River Red Zone, and Wilder Real Estate, and Rusty and Jennifer, and their sponsorship, and John Wolf with Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Hopefully he's having a good game tonight. I think he's calling the Ash scrimmage tonight, or at least over there working with the young guys over there. But I did want to make one little deal here. I don't know if they're watching, but my cousin Jeff, who was born about 8 hours after me, his son is celebrating his 23rd birthday, Bryce Brzezinski. And they were going to be tuning in. They took him out. They went out to dinner, but maybe they'll tune in and watch, because y'all can go back and watch these broadcasts. They're going to be on Boxcast and YouTube and Facebook. You just go to 446sports.com, and you'll be able to pull them up and watch. But they can go back and watch it, and we just wish him a happy 23rd birthday, and looking forward to seeing them when Jeff and Laura come into town. They're going to be coming in and meeting up with us for the Tennessee game.
Oh, that's
He's
awesome.
a big Tennessee fan, so hopefully we'll put a whooping on him down there. So they don't run the kickoff back. We're going to say goodnight, and we'll be back next Thursday. Y'all be looking for the link. We'll be putting it out on our personal Facebook post, on the 446 Facebook post. And if you subscribe to 446 Sports on either the Facebook or the YouTube, and you click the little on YouTube, you click the little bell, or open up your notifications on Facebook, you will get a notification as soon as we go live. So as soon as we go live for our pregame, which next week we start at 5, right?
So it's an early start.
So at 4:45 in the afternoon, we'll be live for the coverage of the pregame, and then we'll start at 5, and then we'll take a break and come back on the last part of that jamboree. So again, been a great night on this Friday, August the 18th, and school has started, and
August
now 19th.
Right.
School has started this week.
Oh, we're 2 weeks in.
You're 2 weeks in already? Man, oh man, time is flying, isn't it? And of course the football season has started. It's really exciting. Any final words, David?
Just excited about this team. I'm excited to work with you this year. We're going to be traveling all over the state, with the new district, and I think there are good things to come from our Eagles.
I feel that, especially with the new district and the opportunities we have there, and they do look pretty sharp, even in this scrimmage, with it being this early in the season. So everybody have a wonderful night. Have a blessed night. We wish you all the best. Have a wonderful weekend, and go Eagles. And again, thanks for joining us, and be looking for those posts on our games next week. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.